In this part, we are going to talk about include and required functions in PHP. Every page that's made from different parts or sections, they may have sidebar, navbar, and content. In most of the pages, the sidebar and navbar, they won't change, only the content of the page change. We click to the link. Now, suppose you are making a website where it have multiple pages. Instead of writing the navbar, sidebar, header, footer for each page separately, we will just create a single file for these, and we will include it to all the files in our project. So whenever there is a new change, we have to only change one file instead of 10 or 20 files. So now let's see how we can simplify our code with the help of include and required functions. In here, I already made these 3 pages. All of them have this navbar, this sidebar, footer, and the main content of the page. But in my project, in my VS Code, as you guys can see, I copied all navbar, sidebar to all of them. I wrote them, and if I want to change anything, for example, let's say I want to change anything in the footer, or I don't want it, I just delete it. I have to delete from all 3 pages. And for example, if I forget something, it will be miss. So this one does not have footer, this one also does not have, but I forgot to remove the footer from my home page. This will happen. And instead of modifying each page separately and doing it for 10 or 20 pages, it's better to move all my sidebar in a separate folder and just include them in my page. So now let's do that. So let's undo this one as well. Now let's simplify our page and create a new folder with the name of layout. Now inside my layout folder, I will create a new file with the name of footer.php, and I will move all my footer logic inside this folder. So let's move just one of them and paste it here. Now inside my home.php or inside my main page, if I want to call it, I will just type my opening and closing PHP tags. Then inside this, I will type include, then which file I want to include. So the file is inside layout, which is one level up. So I have to move back from this folder and enter inside this folder. So for this, I will just type dot slash layout slash footer dot php. Now I will just copy this and add it to all my pages. Now refresh, click home. I have my footer. In about also I have, and also in the contact I have this also. So now let's do exactly same thing for our navbar and sidebar also. Let's create a new file. Call this one navbar.php and move the navbar from here. Sorry, this one. Actually, let's move the styles also. Paste it here. Now, no need for this. Remove it from here and also remove it from here as well. So now instead of include, I will use another function which is require. Then at the end, I will tell you what is the difference between include and require. So first of all, let's type here our PHP opening and closing tag. Then let's call our require function, and same with as we did for include. We do exactly same here. We will pass the path and the file name. So now let's copy this, move it to all the pages, refresh. We forgot the PHP here. Let's add it. Now I have my navbar in all my 3 pages. Let's do same thing for the sidebar as well. Create a new file, name it sidebar.php, and move the sidebar to sidebar. Now include that sidebar as well. Let's put semicolon here, and instead of navbar, we will just type sidebar, copy, delete this one, add it here. No need for this. Okay, so now in all my pages, my navbar, sidebar, and my footer are organized and they are all centralized in a single file. If I want to change anything, I will just go there and change it there and it will affect all my pages. So this is the beauty of include and require. Now, let's see what is the difference between include and require. So I have the include. Now I will delete the footer page here. Delete. In here I will get this warning that the file is not there. So let's comment this one and we are inside the above. So I will get this warning, and if I have some text or something below it, for example h1, and let's say something after the footer, I will get my text in here. Even the file is deleted, but now let's delete the sidebar.php. So let's delete this one, and as you guys can see, my page after the sidebar, none of them have been executed because we say this sidebar is required. So when the file is missing, the include will just give us a warning, but the require will completely pause our code which are after the required and give us this warning. Let's make it big and let's comment this out to see it clearly. Now we got this warning that the file is missing or there is no file to open. So when you have some important file like configuration file which are required, you will call it using require. But if it's optional, you can use include. It will just give you a warning, but the rest of the code will get executed.